Today we learn how to make the half double crochet stitch. While this is a little bit taller than a single crochet, it is shorter than a double crochet. It's very easy to learn. It's one of the basic stitches in crochet, and it tends to create like a solid texture without lot of holes, but with a little bit more flexibility than single crochet. If you haven't learned how to single crochet, have a look at my other videos on how to single crochet. I will leave the link in the description. So let's grab our materials and let's get started with half double crochet. You will need a crochet hook and some yarn. I'm currently using a medium weight cotton yarn, and I'm using a 4mm hook. Just pick whatever yarn you like. Maybe look for something light colored so you can see your stitches, and pick a crochet hook that is corresponding the size of your yarn. You can check your yarn label. They usually will tell you which is the recommended size to be used. Okay, so to start, let's make a slip knot. And let's make a foundation chain of 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. To make our first half double crochet, we are gonna start from the third chain from the hook. So this is gonna be the first, this is the second. We are gonna actually start from there. With our hook, we are going to yarn over first, and then we are going to insert our hook in our third chain, this one. We are going to yarn over again, pull up a loop, and we're gonna have 3 loops on our hook. What we're gonna need to do now is to yarn over again and pull through all 3 loops. We're gonna continue doing this for each of the chain on our foundation chain. So we are going to yarn over first, insert hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Again, we're gonna have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And we basically continue like that. So again, yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 of them. And we basically are gonna continue throughout all our chain, each stitch. So again, yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 of them. We're gonna continue until the end of the row as we just did. So yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull 3 of them. We are getting closer to the end of the row. Let's remember that this is our last stitch. This is the slip knot, so it doesn't count. So this will be our last stitch. So we're gonna yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 of them. And this is how we just made our first row of half double crochet. To make another row of half double crochet, we are going to chain 2, and turn our work. So we are now gonna work on the back side of our rows, and we are going now to work at the top of the previous stitches that we just made. Just remember, these 2 chain we just did, it's called the turning chain. And very often in half double crochet, this turning chain doesn't count as a stitch. So for the next row, we're gonna start exactly from the first stitch of the row. So again, we are gonna yarn over, insert the hook. This time we're gonna insert the hook under both strands of yarn, this V-shaped stitch. We're gonna yarn over, pull up loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And again, as always, so yarn over, insert the hook, pull up loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 of the loops. Again, yarn over, insert the hook, pull through 3 loops and yarn over. Sometimes when you have to pull through all 3 loops, it can get a little bit complicated, so feel free to just go 1 stitch at a time. So 1, 2 and 3. It sometimes makes it a little bit easier to do it, especially if you have tight tension or if you have a very stiff type of yarn. So again, we're going to continue throughout the rest of the chains until the very end, okay? We are now arriving to the end of the row. It's sometimes a little bit difficult to know exactly if we've finished or not, but just remember this last V-stitch is the last stitch of the previous row. So we're gonna yarn over, insert our hook underneath both strands of the stitch, yarn over, pull up loop, and pull through all 3. And it's always useful to go back and just count our stitches. In this case, we started with 16 chain and we skipped 2, so we're gonna have 14 stitches. So we're gonna start with the first V, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. To continue with additional rows, we're gonna basically do the same as we did with the second row. We're gonna start by chaining 2 and turning our work. So again, the turning chain doesn't count as a stitch. We're gonna start from the first stitch of the row, yarn over, insert the hook, pull through 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2. 3. You can now continue until you get your desired length. You can go up to 4, 5, 6 rows and basically complete your swatch. So here we have our little swatch of half double crochet. This stitch is great if you want some texture into your project and want a good compromise between sturdiness and drape. Have fun with it! I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Leave me a like and let me know if you found this useful. Ciao!